Welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Dirty D. I feel loud as fuck.
I mean, I might have adjusted the volumes on all the headsets since you've been gone.
I gotta be like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like back here, damn near.
Damn.
I like that. That's good right there.
Like the intro could still been finished before you did all this. You could have finished our intro. You want
It
to do that
shocked
again?
me. It hurt my own ears when I
Oh,
fucking...
oh my god.
How do you think we feel?
Oh my god.
It's literally what I was saying here. I was like, did we do a mic check at all? Did we do a quality
Oh, I
check?
couldn't hear you at all. Like when you were asking that question.
I thought your headphone just wasn't working.
Yeah, I was confused as to whether you were hand signaling
that's why
over
I
there.
pointed to you.
I was like, yeah, did we check any of our sound equipment? No.
No.
The answer was no.
We never do. And we never do.
Yes, we do. We always put the headsets on. We talk for a while. We'd go on the mics.
What podcast are you on?
We're not that professional.
We talk for like
The only
10
reason we do
minutes.
that is we get interrupted to the start button. Like we're
Yeah,
gonna start it and we continue
Or
bullshitting.
if I move some stuff around, I might do that. Like if I'm moving some things
Yes.
around, I want to make sure it still works. But I haven't been up here.
Just let people think it's a quality check. You didn't have to out us that we don't care about them.
We give them the raw product that is our podcast once a week on Tuesdays.
Raw dogging their ears.
We do.
You're welcome. You're now pregnant. It's John's.
You're ear pregnant.
It's John's.
You have babies in your brain now.
We
You're
are
welcome.
birthing the ideas of the next generation.
Oh, that's terrifying. Let's not do that.
Wait, what?
Let's not do that at all, actually. Well, this took an odd turn.
Look what you started.
Oh my God. DJ fucking started it.
Honestly, do you want to do the intro again? Do you want to try that again?
Yeah, let's try it again real quick.
absolutely
Let's
not.
fucking rewind. You know,
Absolutely not.
Oh, I'm not going to. We're keeping this in.
Can you?
We're keeping this in the recording.
Can you double down and play the music again?
I mean, I can, sure.
Fuck yeah.
play it for like 4 beats.
Go.
Welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast.
You suck.
I'm
You
sorry.
are awful.
I'm sorry. I had
I
to.
didn't even get a fucking chance. What do you mean I'm awful?
I timed it. You said 4 counts. That was timed almost perfectly.
Yeah, and I was coming right in. What? Because I was fucking 0.4 of a second off. Eat my fucking cock and balls.
DJ knows nothing about rhythm.
Each one of you can
music,
have one of
beat
them.
counts.
God damn.
I didn't even do anything.
Aaron told me to do it.
I've done nothing. I was just sitting there. I pressed the button.
I was not prepared to be that satisfied with my antics. DJ, continue, please.
You want to start the podcast?
It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy. And obviously Ben and John are here too.
Yes, if you haven't noticed the two screeching fucking...
Jeez. And you're talking about like us not being professional. You guys did not even get the intro out. The second time.
I had a plan in my head when I said play it a second time.
In all fairness, you had the option to mute us. You didn't.
That takes a lot of work. And that didn't make sense. Moving in here, I don't remember what number is which anymore. So
That microphone's gonna hear me.
I think
don't
it's
care where I am.
like 1, 4, 3, 2 or something like that. I can't remember. It's not important.
That's exactly how DJ watched Star Wars movies. It makes perfect fucking
Yeah,
sense.
completely out of order. Completely out of order. Anyways, welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. If you're new here, sorry for the whatever that was. And we are a history podcast. We talk about some mysteries, talk about some music sometimes. And we usually do about 10, 15 minutes worth of banter, obviously, before we dive into the topic of the day. So if you want to listen to us talk some smack, hang in there. We're kind of funny. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. We appreciate this continued support as always. We actually have more followers on Spotify this week, so that's pretty tight. Thank you to the new followers. We don't know who you are, but we do appreciate you. It doesn't give us names, so it just says new follower. That's tight.
Hell yeah.
I'll take it. You know,
Yep.
It actually would be interesting if we can see who our followers are, so we can thank them personally. But
Yeah, that'd be cool.
but that's okay.
Personally.
Well, over the air at least. I'm not going to say thank you to everybody in person. I really don't.
Firm handshake.
Maybe a crisp high five.
You know, yeah, high five. Those work too.
Indeed. But if you're a return listener, this is the first episode for the year that DJ is back on. So you actually do get 4 head kisses today. DJ, if you want to warm them up a little bit. Indeed. There's your first forehead kisses of the new year.
I should have like just looked at Ben when I was doing it.
The eye contact would make it more sensuous.
Again, you're closer to the stairs than I am.
You gotta like
Warming up.
you gotta like stare down, and then like as you're doing that, you gotta roll your eyes up.
Yeah. John knows how to get you.
I was like, John knows how to turn a man on.
John is the reason for napkins over drinks.
He's the reason for the don't ask, don't tell policy.
That too.
They told me to stop talking. They're like, please stop.
John's all tell.
The military.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, as per usual, we always start off an episode with a question or an icebreaker, even though the ice is pretty well broken in my opinion. But, regardless.
Yeah, we broke the shit out of that. I fucking tucked my ankles back and just knees straight through that motherfucker.
Oh, like on Bach? Tony Jaa?
Yeah, dude, exactly like that.
I got it, man. Trust me. I understood the vision.
Yeah.
Man, Tony Jaa, dude, those were some good movies, man. On Bach, The Protector.
I didn't know there was so many different ways to break someone's ankle.
I didn't know there were so many ways to throw a knee at somebody.
Amazing. Amazing.
I always love the scenes like it happened in both On Bach and Protector. Have you guys seen those, by the way?
I
Dan,
don't
John?
have
No idea.
clue. What
Oh, well,
man.
Kung Fu movies. These were like early 2000s Kung Fu movies. I think probably like after high school, so I made like mid to early 2000s. Anyways,
Yeah.
Tony Jaa, a Muay Thai master. I think he's from somewhere in Thailand or somewhere in the area.
It's not the guy that was in The Protector.
Yeah, Protector.
Oh, okay. I saw that.
Yeah, so On
Yeah.
Bach was the first one.
Oh,
his
okay.
original, his debut, if you will. To
Like coming to
world.
Hollywood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's worth a watch. Definitely recommend that. If you like The Protector.
The Protector was good.
If you like that one, you
Yeah.
love On Bach because
Yeah.
it's more of that.
Because he was supposed to be
But younger.
He was supposed to be Jet Li's successor when Jet Li, kind
got sick.
of, like retired
Yeah.
more or less
Sure.
and whatnot. I feel like that didn't happen for whatever reason.
He really only had because like they did a few Protectors, they did a few On Bach movies, so he was on a few of those. But then they and no offense to the man, he's a great martial artist, but they kind of wore it out, in my opinion.
Sure.
And then he was in one of the Fast and Furious movies and got beat up by what's his name?
Please don't be Vin Diesel.
No, the other dude. The guy who's
They're
dead.
all equally disappointing.
Paul Walker.
But
Paul Walker. Yeah,
What?
Paul Walker beat him in a fight. I'm like, okay, dude.
a fucking lamppost beat that guy. I'm sorry, too soon?
No. Anyways. Anyways. It reminds me of the
Fucking hate those movies.
it reminds me of the Paul Walker shot at the bar. You get a fireball followed up by Irish car bomb.
Oh, God.
Anyways, there goes the rest of our listeners.
Yep.
Whoever made it 8.5 minutes into the show, see you later.
You are our people.
We still got more time for banter here. All right, we're good.
Anybody that's listening
That's staying with it.
that knows me personally was not shocked by that statement.
No, I don't think anybody really was. But anyways, yeah, go do yourself a favor, watch the original.
I'm gonna have to because
It's,
I did enjoy The Protector. I
it's
did
good
not know
stuff.
Yes.
he did more work.
Super good.
Yeah,
Then that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good stuff. It's
Yeah.
definitely good. So the other ones, they're okay. But he did what movie was that where he did the one shot where he like fought dudes going upstairs?
Oh,
It was so good.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna flip that up.
Yeah.
It randomly came into mind.
I know what you're talking about too. Yeah, because that dude, he would like step on your foot and then drive his knee like into your shin. And just,
Actually, it was the Protector. Yeah, where he fought upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Like it was a round
been
staircase. It
so
was a
long
circular
since I
staircase. It's
saw
been a while
it.
since I've seen it too.
Yeah.
But it's like a circular staircase, and like he starts on the main floor, and you see him just fighting upstairs, just whooping everybody's
yeah,
ass.
dude, that man.
And it was in one shot. It was in one take.
he
I love
fucking
those.
Beat people with an elephant. Amazing.
My elephant. It was the whole thing.
And one shots are the best.
Every now and again, especially in an action movie.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite scenes. It happens more than once. But some of my favorite scenes from the John Wick series are the one shots.
Yeah, there's because it takes so much skill from
Yeah.
all the actors to pull those off, especially make it look clean like that. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Randomly brought this up today. Nice. You brought up like
Yeah.
driving your knees through something. I'm like, yeah, Tony Jaa.
Indeed. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's
he definitely
exactly what I
did
was thinking
that
of,
from like
yeah.
2 stories up in On Bak.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that was the last devastating fucking move. That was like, I'm gonna kill you with this.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, dude, it was the fight scene where he had against pretty much Eddie Gordo from Tekken.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
that was like,
yeah, watch that movie when you get home.
yeah,
I'll have to.
it's like a Mortal Kombat style finisher.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Good stuff. But a lot of those, they had to have had some serious injuries after that movie was done.
Yeah,
I feel like he did all of his own stunts.
can't
which is
imagine
cool.
those knees are doing good right now.
He's an adult now.
Maybe they are. You know, I don't know. Like,
The training.
yeah, who might have judged?
Do you guys remember Hero? That was a weird movie.
Hero with Jet Li.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With all the with all the colors and backgrounds.
that's
and
why I
whatnot.
like that movie so much.
Yeah,
was
no,
because of all the colors. in
I
it.
like the movie, but like that was a mandatory 2 or 3 time watch
Yeah, you have to,
for that movie.
because it wasn't directed by him, but it was produced by Tarantino.
Correct.
So it had the Tarantino flair to it, so where you got to like pay attention.
Yeah. So it's out of order. Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh yeah. It's so not only is it the Tarantino flair, like you're saying, out of order, but it's in a foreign language entirely.
Oh, okay.
And
But yeah, Jet Li's in it.
there's 4 predominant colors, almost like seasons.
Right. Yeah,
But
it's like blue, yellow, red.
Is it seasonal or regional?
I don't remember, dude.
I
It's been a while
forget.
since I've seen it.
And everything. So like, yeah, each quarter has like its own color, and it's a whole thing.
Well,
I
and then you
haven't
had a
watched it in
color
years.
change in
Yeah.
one of the scenes too.
That's
From
true.
yellow to red. That
Yeah.
was pretty cool. Tony Jaa's 48, by the way. I was looking that up.
Wow.
Yeah,
shit.
those knees have been through some
He
shit.
was a young boy. When
Are
he
you
was
okay,
fucking
John?
Doing that.
Clear my throat out. Like, I'm trying not to actively cough into the mic.
And we all appreciate that. Yeah,
The most reasonable thing John's done.
obviously.
I care. For the listeners.
He was in On Bak was 2003.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
there's
okay,
that.
Protector was it 2008?
That sounds right.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot he was in Expendables, whatever number that is.
That needed to stop after 1.
I agree with that.
It needed to stop before 1.
No, one
one was
was
all right. I
okay.
get
One
it.
was fun. Like I get it.
Like
I get, all
old.
my action figures are in a movie.
Well,
I think
That's
the
fun.
concept was good.
I'm not saying it's a good movie.
Okay.
Like by and large, it's not, but it's a fun movie.
Like,
oh yeah, he was in
like
the Raid 3.
Like, do it once, try it. All right.
Yeah, that's
You did the concept.
yeah.
All right, stop.
And then after that, you're done. Yeah,
Okay.
like the rest of them were
Think
just
about that.
trash. I didn't even see the 4th one. I turned the 3rd off, and the first and the,
2005, by the way, from
and the
Protector.
second one I just kind of muscled through.
I don't even know if I've seen all of 1. I just got bored.
Yeah, no, I watched the first one. I enjoyed it. You know, just like I said, I'm just 8 years old and all my action figures are in front of me. That's how I approach that movie.
Man, I almost want to ask a new question now that I just thought.
Do it.
instead of the other
Do it live.
Raw.
Favorite kung fu character
Fuck you. We're sticking with the original.
or less actor who plays in
My
kung fu
favorite
movies.
Kung Fu act. That's a big question, man.
Kung fu actor.
I'm gonna say Imp Man.
That would be Ip Man, and you're thinking of Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen,
Yep.
yeah.
And Donnie Yen was also in Hero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the dude with the spear.
Oh, so I saw him earlier than I thought.
I
yeah,
got-
also,
the
I got
dude
this-
with the spear was Donnie Yen.
okay. David Carradine.
Oh my God! Wow.
If nobody brought him up, I was going to be mad.
That's a lot going on there, dude. I would have said Donnie Yen, but now I can't take that. So that's fine.
Yeah.
That's why I said it really fast.
Dude,
He
I-
really did.
I mean,
I needed to say
how
this.
strict are we being with Kung Fu movie?
Anakin Skywalker.
not really. I guess not that strict at all. Why? What? How out of the box are you thinking?
I'm
here?
just, well, I mean, first off, I got a mental block that's like taking me straight to the Bruce Lee movies. Obviously, not the same subset. But I know those better.
Like, are you saying you would pick Bruce Lee or somebody that was in one of the Bruce Lee movies?
I mean, probably Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's just
yeah. That's fair, right
Yeah.
there.
that's an enjoyable work ethic to
especially-
witness.
That's especially because the amount of movies he has, the amount of
So
shit you can
many.
watch. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
many.
But that's why, like Jackie Chan, he's my favorite dude.
Jackie
I love
Chan's,
Jackie
again, the
Chan.
work ethic right there
dude.
is.
Like
Yeah.
and like I remember when I was a kid, dude. Like back in the day, what is now Xfinity when it started it used to be TCI, and that was the first like digital catalog on TV that you could have. And Stars was one of the like premium packages you could have, and it would play the same 5 movies for a week straight on loop. and it would always be a Jackie Chan movie, like every week, and it was always something different.
That's
Like it was, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like how many different like
He has so many movies. So
so
like
many.
even before he made it to America, the amount of movies he had.
yeah. There was a movie called Who Am I that Jackie Chan.
Who
was
am
in.
I? Start kicking people.
Literally, he had no memory of anything besides how to beat people's ass.
Nope, that's it.
It's the only thing he remembered. And he's
I've
like
seen the movie.
fucking people up, and he's like, "Who am I, Uncle?" And then he fucking sidekick somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a movie. Hour and a half of that.
And he always has like a lot of the same actors in his movies.
Yeah.
I thought
The
that was
stunt
really
team
cool.
he uses has pretty much
Yeah.
been the same since he
like,
started.
like the same bad guy, same uncle, same shit like that.
Yeah, he when he came up, he brought his team with him,
Hell
which
yeah,
is pretty tight. I'm gonna go with Gordon Liu for mine. I had to dig deep for this one
Wow.
because Donnie Yen was my go to, but I'm like, okay, let me dig deep for this. Gordon Liu, storied career. I mean, one of my favorite movies from him, obviously Shaolin versus Wu Tang, was Gordon Liu. That was like back in like '83.
Yeah.
But he did so many movies. The Enter the 36 Chambers, Return of the 36 Chambers, like all the things that pretty much Wu-Tang Clan named themselves after were movies that this dude directed and starred in. Like he was a pioneer for kung fu movies back in the 80s. Like the Clan of the White Lotus, like one of the, again, like these great movies that he performed in, and God, there's so many of them. There's so many movies on this list. But he also came back to portray a role in Kill Bill Volume 2. So if you guys remember the dude with the long white beard, he was always talking shit and like throwing his beard. Yeah, that's Gordon Liu playing a role from a movie that he was in when he was in his youth.
Yeah, the eyebrows.
Yeah, the giant white eyebrows. Yeah, the Clan of the White Lotus, the main villain was that dude back in the 80s. He brought that role back for Tarantino.
That's dope. Yeah.
So cool.
Tarantino's such a movie buff,
Doing a-
man.
Right?
I love that.
I think I'm actually going to change my answer if this applies.
Okay.
It just dawned on me. And actually, probably not necessary for his martial arts, but his acting. And the guy that's the main bad guy in the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh yeah.
Your soul.
Yeah, that
Your
guy.
soul is
The
mine.
Soul
Yeah,
Stealer.
Your soul is yeah.
Because he was, I think, I
dude,
feel like he was in a lot of those
he was
movies.
in American Me, dude. He
And-
was fuck. What else was
Yeah.
he in?
He's in a bunch. He's in a bunch of movies.
No, he was in a ton of movies.
Was he?
Oh shit, he was in Man in a High Castle.
Yeah, he's the Emperor. Isn't
No,
he?
no,
he's a general or
Some sort of underling.
Yeah.
And, like in the upper echelon style.
Was he in Golden Child?
I'm looking it up. Give me like
Yeah, but I want to say he was in a few of those kung fu movies. I think.
Yeah, he.
I think, and he would be my answer just because
I cannot pronounce his name.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, Carrie. His first name's Carrie, but the rest of his name, I will summon a demon in my house, and we're not doing that today. Just moved in here,
I don't think that's
it's-
no. That's not him.
demon free.
Golden Child. No.
Oh yeah, he was in Tekken. That movie sucked.
Dude, Tekken had a cool fucking anime film that was really good.
Yeah,
if we're basing off of movies like that, I'm changing my answer again to Raul Julia for Bison. Also, God bless Raul Julia.
Dude,
oh yeah, he was in Kickboxer 2.
if I was fucking around, I would pick Master Ken, dude. You ever watch his shit on Instagram?
Oh yeah,
I love
Hell
his
yeah.
fucking videos, dude. Hack the groin. Break the wrist.
oh god,
Knee to the groin.
I forgot about the Mortal Kombat remake.
Well, the new Mortal Kombat wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible.
I wish they would have picked up from those series, those little like short clips they were doing. That guy was doing on
Oh,
YouTube.
Terry
Yeah, that was cool.
Hiroyuki
I
Tagawa.
thought it was like random as hell that Sonya Blade was hiding in Gary, Indiana, but
With boats. What fucking part of Gary has sailboats?
the Miller Beach
Yeah,
area,
Myrtle Beach,
Yeah, the part on
fucking
the
Lake
lake.
Michigan.
right?
That's not what I think of when I think of Gary.
I mean,
They
sure.
have a little
They're
area to park boats.
You need to change
yeah,
your
there
attitude,
is a
man.
harbor
That's
there.
what
Actually, yeah, you can park.
Well, I don't go up there.
You need to
Okay.
change your attitude. That's
Yeah,
what
so-
you need to do.
I like how we all like calmly had answers for this question. Like, it's like yeah, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
It's
Like,
fucking
This
Lake
You're the
city
weird
on
one.
the goddamn lake.
We basically have our own ocean, right?
I'm aware of Lake Michigan.
Yeah,
Are
we're-
you?
yeah.
I am.
Well,
Clear your throat
just so you
again.
know, Gary touches it, and you can park boats there. So there's that. So in your face,
I,
If
your
you
face.
can't see the lake, where'd it go?
who said I can't see the lake?
the freaking Schrodinger's Lake, Michigan.
Who the fuck said I can't see the lake? I'm talking about freighters versus sailboats.
Those are both on the lake.
I'm
Yeah.
aware, jackass.
Major
Oh, yeah.
shipping hub, actually.
I need you to refresh your nautical knowledge.
My nautical knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, it's refreshed.
Okay.
So what the hell are we talking about today? 20 minutes into this thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can get into it. So today I wanted to talk about there was actually U.S. casualties from World War II on the American continent, not just from Pearl Harbor. But there's a lot of shit leading up to it that I didn't even really know about. I was unaware that Japan was like still trying to fuck around and drop bombs, after that, the Pearl Harbor thing.
Yeah, well, Japan originally thought they took out America's Navy. They broke our will to fight, and then they touched our boats,
But not enough of them.
but not enough of the boats
Yeah.
because our entire carrier fleet was still out to sea. They didn't take any of the boats that carry other planes to then bomb other boats were out to sea. So they didn't touch those boats.
Like,
And they missed the gas too, didn't they?
I
I believe they missed the fuel
I want to say
or the majority of it.
the majority.
There was a
of it.
lot of shit that they missed.
Yeah, well,
I understand the whole concept of like, oh, shock and awe, kill everything. When has that worked? Like ever?
against America, it was
Not even just like against just us, because one, that's stupid. We're a massive nation. In order, but
we
like,
weren't an industrial power back then.
Yeah.
We weren't a military powerhouse back then. They started it.
right? But I'm just saying, like, when has a shock and awe campaign ever KO'd a country off the start? It's a bad plan if it worked.
Well,
Give me a second.
everything on
I
the,
can't think of one.
France in World War II.
everything on the other side of the iron.
Blitzkrieg pretty much knocked France straight out of the war. So yeah,
All right,
there's
that was meth fueled.
I mean,
chocolate meth and the French. Fair
everything
enough.
on the other side of the Iron Curtain that the Soviet Union rolled over.
Yeah, that's I credit that to Germany though. I credit that to Germany.
Well, it's
though.
where the Soviet Union met Germany
Yeah,
Okay, point retracted.
and,
Well,
and their crawl.
yeah. The whole great airdrop thing was a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got you on that one, dude.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take my point back.
The emus in Australia too, maybe. But vice versa.
Oh yeah, well, I said the emus were damn near bulletproof little tanks.
I see
couldn't
that
fly.
as another Japan attacking the U.S. Japan being the Australians.
I was calling the emus the U.S. In all
yeah,
honesty.
they were the resilient ones.
Jeez.
God damn it. Okay, so
Oh, DJ's here.
Yeah. To set the stage a little,
Is he the emu?
He's a capybara. We've already established this.
Fuck yeah, he is.
I think he's
Okay.
a skinwalker. I saw that picture that Gio posted from like the Titanic on Facebook.
Oh,
yeah, the old time.
the picture of DJ in like 1905.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Allegedly.
That-
Oh, that reminded me. Ashley sent me a picture that that you were reincarnated from an old boat captain from Chicago. I'll show you a picture. Carry
okay,
on.
I'll believe
Yeah,
it.
you know the lake right there.
The irony of this is now palpable. Actually,
The Edmund Fitzgerald.
it was the boat that sank with all the Christmas trees on it.
You stole Christmas,
And I'm proud of it.
and then
Actually, I'm
sank
sorry.
it?
It wasn't actually. It was Jess that sent me that. My bad.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, it was a whole documentary about it on the National Geographics. Anyways, carry on. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
DJ
DJ, something about bombing civilians.
had a show to do.
Yeah, I gotta like repeat what we were just talking about.
that
So basically, after Pearl Harbor, Japan had. Well, actually, I should talk about Operation Doolittle first to set the stage for this whole thing.
okay.
So Operation Doolittle was basically this operation that America had an idea to destroy, factories, munitions. It was basically, in my eyes, kind of them being like, "Fuck you, don't forget, we can fuck you up," type of thing. Because I don't really think it was like as necessary as they probably didn't have to do that.
It was a whole thing because Japan had been at war for years at this point.
31, 33?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And the whole thing wasn't, it did not cause any damage. The bombers were super lightly armed. But it was hey, we can reach out and touch you.
Yeah, it was like they didn't have
That's
any
disconcerting.
there was no advantage of them doing it, but they still did it,
That's fine.
I look puffy.
Oh, hell yeah. So in April of 1942, they loaded 16 B-25 bombers onto a carrier, and they went over Tokyo and basically did an air raid.
Yeah, so the really cool thing there's a lot of cool stuff about the Doolittle's raid and Doolittle's raiders. Brave dudes, really. They were real cool guys. The planes could barely take off because of the size of their balls.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like because I was reading something that like those planes weren't meant for that.
They're meant for aircraft carriers,
but they picked it because they could fit more of them onto the carrier.
So if you ever get a chance to look, you can actually look a video of the planes taking off. Like they're like,
yeah,
oh shit.
Lieutenant James H. Doolittle was the first one to actually take off, so he was like the guinea pig for this to be like, let's see if this works.
So, well, he was a leader. He actually if we're gonna do this shit, one of the most dangerous attempts, I'm gonna be the first to do it,
which is cool as fuck.
Because what was dope about that whole plan? I'm just going off memory, so correct me if I'm wrong about anything. But again, one thing, the bombers could barely take off. The size of their balls plus the size of their bombs were weighing the planes down.
Balls on the bombs.
Balls over Baghdad. Anyways, so they take off. They go bomb Tokyo. So the thing about the Japanese society, especially at that time, was that the emperor was seen as a living god. So this living god was infallible, could not be touched. Like was this perfect being. And to shatter that perspective, when they bombed Tokyo, one of the bombs landed in the palace. So in the palace grounds of the emperor, a bomb landed as a giant middle finger to them. So
oh no,
holy shit!
Every year we threaten to be canceled. Every year.
Every year?
Every month at least. Every 2 weeks.
Just the ones you record on.
Accurate.
But yeah, so these planes, like, again, when Aaron does the of it taking off, they had to strip these planes of literally everything that wasn't essential for them to fly. When you think bombers, you think of like everybody on the in the guns and all that. They got rid of the guns and replaced the guns with broomsticks. Because they were like, at least we can look terrifying. They stripped there was no armor plating on the planes. They had removed everything that was non-essential. Also, part of this was, so he came up with the idea because he was at an airport where he saw the bombers like training to take off and noticed the bombers were making it real close to the takeoff training line that they used for the aircraft carrier planes. So that's where they got the idea to like, hey, let's try and use this plane on a carrier.
That's some American shit right there, dude.
It was literally like a few months after Pearl Harbor. We're like, you know what?
Strip it down, load it with bombs.
The last cool thing about this, cool quote, was so they had already come up with a plan that they would take off from the carriers, they'd bomb Tokyo, and then they would fly into China and land in China. This mission was as classified as you can be because they were taking a massive risk sending a carrier group off by itself in the middle of the Atlantic undefended. It had ships and everything, but it was massively exposed.
Yeah,
and
they overextended.
They were out in no man's land.
Yeah, History Channel did a thing on it, and it was like they were interviewing one of the guys, and he was like, we saw the USS Hornet, which was the aircraft they were on, and they were like, their airplanes weren't Navy. They had them disguised and everything, and they were like, what the fuck is that? And then when they saw the B-25s, they were like, what Like that's not right.
Wait a minute.
So-
That's
What
the
the
same
fuck is
one that
going
would
on?
send the Enola Gay up.
Huh?
I said that's the same ship that would send the Enola Gay up
Oh.
for the bomb or at least Hiroshima.
Right.
I think.
No, it took off from an airfield.
Well, yeah, because it took off from the last island that they took.
It was either Iwo or I always get the last two mixed up. Either
Iwo Jima
or
I know the Hornet's always tied into the bombings. One of them.
what's the last
Well,
one?
because I think it got transported there on that.
Yeah,
And then
maybe.
it took off from an airfield from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, as I say, B-29 cannot.
Yeah, either way, it's the Hornet's tied into there.
Iwo or
God, I can't remember, man. I should know the answer to that. Wow. I'm just kind of stupid today, apparently.
anyways.
Moving on.
So missions super top secret. The planes only had enough fuel to just make it to China, and several hundred miles out from their takeoff point, they spotted a Japanese fishing boat. So they engaged the Japanese fishing boat and sink it, but they're concerned that the fishing boat radioed back to Japan. So they have to make a call and say, hey, if we launch now, we can hit Tokyo. We're not going to make it to China.
Mhm.
And so they roll the dice and do it anyways. And so Doolittle said, I would be the first one. And he's the one that took off. And everybody's like, is it actually going to fucking take off the boat? But two, it was essentially everyone was under the understanding this was a one-way trip.
Yeah.
About half the bombers barely made it into mainland China. The rest of them, again, none of them were really like shot down over Japan because Japan didn't know what the fuck was going on. They didn't have any of their like aircraft up.
Oh no, not again! Oh no!
But but the other half ran out of fuel and crashed into the Sea of Japan.
Right. And which is not a good place to crash.
Lots of water there.
Yeah, and then the rest of the Japanese.
Lots of water.
Yeah,
It's one of the biggest ocean.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy. Like I said, it wasn't like there was no like tactical advantage of it, but it was like you said,
It was a middle
It
finger.
was them being like, "We're right here."
You touched our
motherfucker.
boats. You think we're out of this war. Let me prove you
I'm
wrong.
gonna put a bomb in your living room.
And they tried to. They really did try to.
And this will basically like embarrass the fuck out of Japan, you know. And Japan wanted to retaliate. So Japan basically started sending these long class submarines. I don't know what you would classify these are. Long range submarines. One class long range submarines. I don't know if that's right. But they were basically going to send these submarines to the Pacific and start hitting the West Coast military establishment, specifically Fort Stevens, which they had two submarines that they sent over there, shot some fucking some missiles, and missed a whole bunch of everything. Didn't hit a fucking thing. Well, they hit like what was it? A baseball field that was close by. They hit some power lines, which did disrupt power for a little bit. But most of the people that like heard it, they were like, "What the fuck was that?" they weren't even like aware right away that there was a fucking this attack going on. And this was Japan just trying to be like, "You goddamn American!" Like trying to do
Our
something.
shitty wall?
Yeah.
Which community are you on right now?
So this like they kind of hit a bunch of places, but I was talking about Fort Stevens, Pacific Northwest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, there was one before that in February.
Yeah, they launched a couple times.
Yeah.
It says they headed to Alaska and the how do you say that? Aleutian Islands. Yeah, Aleutian Islands. Estavian Point on Vancouver Island. Fort Camison off Cape Flattery. Yeah, Japan kind of went for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just love like the lack of, I'll say like adequate volume. Like you look at the entire western coast of North America, and you sent half dozen submarines to go launch like various attacks. In the grand scheme of things, fucking nothing.
Actually, this was two submarines in specific they launched.
Oh,
It
so-
was just
oh,
two.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the one.
I-17 and
I got I-25 and I-26.
that's
Bingo?
Oh, okay, I have
I was going with
I-17.
Battleship.
Ah,
So yeah, there was the I-17, the one in February I'm talking about. That one hit a Elwood oil field in California.
Okay, yeah, this was in June, so yours was.
Yeah, they fired 16 shells at Elwood Beach near Santa Barbara. Minor damage, destroyed an oil derrick and pump house. $500 in repairs.
No.
So, a trans-Pacific military operation that resulted in $500 in damages.
My PlayStation.
Claims of signal lights led to blackouts, and sparked the mistaken quote Battle of Los Angeles the next day with anti-aircraft fire all over Los Angeles.
Wow, that was that.
Yeah, they basically had a War of the Worlds scenario, but live fire. And just something's moving, and just shooting into the sky. And then this
In that general direction.
yes, they tried to kill the sky.
That's America.
I think that was the one that like the defense. I think there were like reports of a lot of that ammunition they just shot up into the fucking sky coming back down. And
That too.
It has to go somewhere.
Had to go somewhere. You just imagine some old man enjoying his retirement out there just deep sea fishing. Just boo, 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 boo. What the fuck?
The Germans are back.
God damn it, not again, son of a bitch.
The Kaiser. This was it would be a retiree. Get as far away from Germany as possible. They're on this side now. Yeah, this was actually one of the ignition points, I guess, for internment later on in the war.
Okay.
So yeah, then there was that, and then there was on June when they did the ones I was talking about, I-25 and I-26 to the Pacific Northwest, where they did take out a lighthouse.
Damn.
And I think that was like
son of a bitch.
pretty much the most of that.
How were our boats ever see?
The following evening is when they hit Fort Stevens, and that was the I-25 that came around. And this was the one where America was like, "Hey, is that a fucking
You son of a
submarine?
bitch.
Is that a goddamn submarine over there?"
Is either a cigar or a submarine.
Messy.
My favorite story, and you mentioned it a little bit, was the Alaskan island ones, because Japan they landed troops on an Alaskan island. And the military's response? Fuck them, it's winter.
Yeah.
Right.
And left
Yeah,
them there.
enjoy the bears, you fucking idiots.
It also wasn't a state yet, so it's not as much of a fuck you to us.
They didn't even have, like, it was literally just a barren island. They left them there. Like, America didn't respond for like 4 to 5 months, and by the time they got there, most of them had died of hypothermia.
I can hear
itself.
I can hear Eisenhower now. The winter will take care of it.
It's like, what the Russians do again?
The Japanese,
Oh yeah, they wait.
the notoriously not winter trained, the ones who've been fighting in the tropics for for like a decade now.
Right.
Well, the cold parts of their country aren't even really inhabited.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a cold weather
Anything.
population. To pull from.
Yeah, they definitely did beat Russia.
Yeah.
Not in the winter.
Because that was a kind of an interesting part of this era where it didn't happen every time, of course, but you had a lot of people pulled to certain sections based on where they came from. So, if you went to, I don't know, if you joined up in Montana, let's say, you're probably that much more likely to go to Europe because you've seen winter. You've seen winter, probably the worst of it, versus some kid joining up in Florida. He's going to the Pacific. Not always, but you can tell.
It didn't always happen.
It didn't always happen, but you could tell that there was a thought there for a lot of it.
And I was just double checking my work. I'm like, the Japan beat Russia, but not in the winter. Actually, it was February to September. So the summer, they started in the wintertime, worked their way into summer.
That was all the warm.
we're all right. Everybody fights them in the summer into winter. We'll fight them in the winter and then the summer. Oh,
Germany tried that and somehow fucking started in, what, June or July?
Yeah, and their mustache man was bad at art. So, grass green, water wet. Anyways.
Okay, so the I-25 actually makes an attack on Fort Stevens, firing a 5.5-inch deck gun on the shore. Japanese commander Maija Tagami thought he was firing at a submarine base, and he was wrong because they hit a baseball field that was about 70 or 80 yards away from the artillery barracks that they had. They said they fired about 17 shots. People reported only hearing 9 to 14, and a lot of them weren't even aware. They were just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Huh?
They lost power, and that's what kind of some of the people were like.
I believe this is the one that was documented that they weren't even using sights.
No, yeah,
at least in my research, I believe it was this one.
Yeah, this guy literally was just like fucking fire, just pointed a direction, and they just kept fucking firing.
Summer's first day.
And the soldiers, when they saw the submarine, they basically made the decision not to shoot it because they were like, if we shoot it, he's actually going to know where we're at.
Yeah, they're fucking
That
up.
makes sense.
It was the base commander.
Yeah,
and he not just that, but he said. Turn out the lights.
The epitome of not my problem.
He had them shut the lights off.
Hey, turn the lights off. I'm going to bed.
You done?
Yeah. The only injury or casualty, if you want to call it, that happened at this incident was a soldier saying that he cut his head rushing to his battle station.
That's why you wear helmets.
Yeah, that's right.
Purple Heart.
Yeah. But these were the first considered attacks on the American continent, since Pearl Harbor. So America was like, okay, this is fucked up, but we really don't want to talk about this because it's kind of embarrassing a little bit.
This is worth nuking them over.
They mess with our boats and our favorite pastime, baseball.
They touched my sand.
One nuke for the boats.
My beach looks slightly different.
Do you see what they did to the first baseline? Bastards. It's going to take me all day to fix
slightly
that.
different. No, dude, they rake it in the morning. Oh.
Still.
What did they hit?
So Japan, after this, started trying to think of ideas they were like, how the fuck can we attack America, with this long distance thing?
I feel like that should have happened before they sent submarines over there to just wing it.
It was first let's find out if we can get there. Okay, now what?
Could you imagine getting that call? He's like, what do you mean he missed? What? You had one fucking bit. There was one target.
Can you do seppuku on a boat when you can't get rid of the body?
Yes.
Oh, God, that's funny.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're just kind of stuck with them until you surface again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just do it while you're on the surface.
Yes.
Then you leave them up there and go underwater.
Or either that or just put them in a fucking
Torpedo.
torpedo tube. Yeah.
Simpsons
Put 'em in
style, I like it.
God.
They hit us with an officer.
Why doesn't he have a head?
You're fishing, just on the ocean.
The
Body
retired
just-
guy. The freaking retired guy.
That's just real. So, Ohio.
No, this is California.
God damn it.
Yes.
Thank you. You caught that.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, so Japan's trying to think of ways to attack America because obviously they can't aim. So they were like, well, what else could we do?
Well, they can. They just can't take the time to do it. They were in a hurry to lose.
Again, I just want to throw this out there. They sent a submarine to do this. The only thing the submarines are really good at is attacking other boats secretly.
Yeah,
They
the
are
sub part.
terrible at literally everything else.
Yeah,
they are
the-
terrible at
yeah.
existing.
Yeah, the sub part of the submarine.
Why would you send that to go do a land attack?
They had the Honda Civic of submarines. They believed they could do anything.
I feel like that's the Honda Accord.
Well, okay.
No, it's the Nissan Maxima.
Oh,
no, the
no,
Nissan Altima.
You're right.
The fastest car on the road.
You're right.
Definitely, because Honda wasn't wasting their time with that. It was definitely Nissan. 100% Nissan.
Okay, so their next plan was basically they wanted to start dropping bombs into the forest area over the West Coast and start forest fires to disrupt to do any type of disruption to America to draw attention away from the coast to the fire.
And nobody told them how wet the Pacific Northwest is.
Yeah, they went in September. You know,
You know that state where literally every picture of it is it's raining?
Yeah.
I bet that's real flammable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, California's just down there.
so
This
following.
one starts on fire by itself.
Listen here, Admiral Tamagotchi. You know how the Eskimos have 1,000 words for snow? Seattle has 1,000 words for rain. Let's bomb it.
Why is that the most racist thing you said?
Jeez.
Yeah, you got it out.
I got all three.
See, this is what happens. Oh, God. This happened last time when you weren't here, Deej. It was these two guys and B.
Madhouse.
And they were just laughing. So I'm just sitting here trying to get it back on course.
It was all John.
Okay, so following the I-25 submarine attack where they horribly missed, September 9th, 1942, pilot Nobu Fujita basically was going to fly over the coast, over Oregon, and he was going to go over the forest area to drop a bomb.
All right.
Do you have the info on the plane?
Was it a singular bomb?
It was him.
I do not have
Okay.
info on the plane.
So if I can break in for a second.
yeah.
It's a float plane, and it was a specially stored float plane. So it wasn't the wings weren't foldable or anything like that. It basically had to be disassembled down to its skin, more or less, and stowed inside of a.
It launched from the I-25.
No, yeah, they had to take it out of this
Yeah.
specially made cabin. I think it was right behind like the conning tower, and they had to take it out of this thing, assemble it, and then catapult it off of a submarine.
I don't care what they did. They did not catapult this plane.
Fucking
Push.
heave ho!
and that's how they got it to go. And then when it would come back, it would land, and they had to disassemble it. So you're talking in this
Wow, yeah, it just says seaplane.
brainchild that they had. You had 20 to 30 minutes of idle submarine on the surface time while the deck crew is taking it apart or putting it together.
Yeah.
Hey,
'cause
did you
this-
see what they did with that 5.5-inch gun? That thing on surface might as well be a battleship.
Yeah,
They
this
hit the fuck out of a beach.
this submarine,
Again, my freaking baseball field.
this submarine was basically right off the coast of like southern Oregon, so it was right there, you know.
People are watching them assemble the plane.
Hey, what the fuck are they doing?
So
Is there an air show?
Is that a fucking plane they're flying?
Was that the Loch Ness Monster?
So this fucking seaplane goes heading eastward towards Mount Emily, and he has one incendiary firebomb.
Okay.
And that's what he was going to drop to start the fire. He drops the bomb in the thick of the fucking forest. It leaves a crater that's like, I don't know, like a
50 feet.
Yeah, it's like 40, 50 feet size fucking crater. People in the area, a local gardener, said she had watched the whole thing unfold, and she
Literally the plane unfold.
She thought, yeah,
The plane unfolds.
yeah. She quoted saying it sounded like a Model A Ford backfiring.
I don't know what that sounds like, but it's bad. Just all the Looney
shit.
Tunes airplane sound
Yeah.
effects, basically.
Literally. And people reported saying that they saw the plane, but they thought it was a U.S. military plane who had accidentally
Right.
dropped a bomb. It wasn't until the next day, because they found debris scattered over, like, I don't
It
know.
probably looked to be about the size of a crop duster, too. Honestly,
Yeah.
if you're putting this damn
If it-
thing
if it's
together.
a
In my head,
Yeah.
it's that's what it seems
Yeah.
like in my brain. Like
Yeah.
I'm picturing it.
And this was an area that they were familiar to seeing airplanes anyway. So
Sure.
You're on the coast.
So at first, some people were like, oh, it just sounded like a lightning bolt. Maybe the military was practicing something, accidentally dropped a bomb. It wasn't until they go into the forest the next day, they start picking up the pieces, and they find some of the Japanese insignia on it. And they were like, oh, okay. You want to play fucking dodgeball, huh? You want to fucking...
The other fun fact is these submarines are incredibly slow. Again, they're just terrible at everything, minus killing ships. It is a 2-month round trip for them to go shoot a dozen shells at a beach or launch a fucking plane that bombed a tree
Yep.
in the middle of a forest.
Yes.
This, like, I could not imagine, like, going off and doing that and, like, yeah, we moved their sand around. That tree really deserved it.
And disturbed Bigfoot.
The old Sam Squanch.
The old Sam Squanch.
Now let's go spend another 30 days after our first 30 days doing nothing while we go back to Japan because we've depleted all of our resources.
Well, they thought that once he did it, that was going to open the gateway for more of it. Because the exact quote was something along the lines of, you may be the first to do this, but you won't be the last.
Happened to be wrong.
And then logistics happened.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I love about it. It's like they're trying these little plans and whatnot. Like with the Doolittle raids, I know it was like to send a message, and like, but we had the logistical capabilities to do it again. All of these ones, you're doing this. One, you're not effective. And we already knew you could reach out and touch us. You did it the first time, and you did it really well. This time, you're not doing shit.
Just there for the vibes, man.
Half the people in the area didn't even know you were there.
Just there for
Now,
the
if they
vibes.
send 5 or 6 of them with planes that could come up at any time, now that's an actual harassing attack.
Yeah, that's a bit
Yeah.
of a concern.
Yeah, a little bit. And I don't know. I find it funny that there's probably a city nearby with lights that they could have picked from. That thought just occurred to me.
That's
And
fine.
also, I got to correct myself. He dropped 4 of those incendiary bombs. Yeah.
In my head, I just thought like the Looney Tunes where he just had like one giant bomb in his lap,
Acme bomb.
and he just like shoved it out the side of his seat.
No, he wrote it down like the coyote.
Oh, there you go.
Honestly, with it being Japan, I'm just impressed it wasn't a suicide mission.
Yeah. Oh, so fun story.
Okay.
No, he went on to train kamikaze pilots.
Oh, wow.
Of course he did.
Yes. He went on.
I should have looked up what happened to the I-25 too,
That I didn't see.
because the only thing I have is the I-25 basically gives up aerial attacks by October, but they had also sank 2 tankers off the coast of southern Oregon
Oh, okay,
near
there you go.
Kosa Bay and Gold Beach.
So they were doing stuff that
Yeah.
submarines do.
Okay.
And at this
They're doing submarine
at this
stuff.
point, like people are aware that live on the West Coast that Japan is doing these attacks, and America was like, "Shut the fuck up! You're not gonna tell anybody about this. God, we'll handle it."
Well, except it was Canada before we accept that.
Yeah. Well, but basically, these people in like that West Coast and that forest area, their thing was like, "Hey, can you just fucking warn us next time you guys are gonna shoot bombs and do all that crazy shit?" and that was kind of like their biggest gripe was like, "We just need like a fucking warning."
They sent the strongly worded letter to Japan. Pearl Harbor just happened, and they're like, hey,
Look,
like,
buddy,
let us know next time. And we'll
I'm out here trying to walk my dog. Remember, the homeowners association would like to press for a complaint
You know, it was signed Janet.
easily.
So now we're gonna go on to the next phase of this, which is actually really fucking genius. Didn't really work, but it's fucking genius, you know. So I-25 not working. I don't know what happened to it. I should have looked that up. Maybe they just pulled back and they were like, "Let's get this. We suck at this. Let's get the fuck out of here." You know. From November 1944 to April 1945, Japan had launched over 9,000 balloon bombs. You guys know what a balloon bomb is?
It sounds like what it sounds like in my brain. It sounds like what it looks like in my
I
head.
would say probably the same thing it's been since the Civil War.
It's
just bigger.
It's a really ingenious device. It basically looks like a wheel, that has all these little like jets coming out of it, little jets in the middle of it. And it holds a balloon.
Yep.
It has the bomb in the middle, and it
Yep.
also carries sandbags.
Yep.
And these balloons are designed to go long fucking distance, especially if the wind is good and all the conditions are right. These bombs can go cross fucking seas, you know, and that's exactly what Japan did. They started lighting. I imagine like those candles you light, like when someone passes away, you just like light them up in the fucking air. Like Japan was just like, what's the worst that could happen?
Aren't those Japanese anyways? Those lanterns?
Probably.
Japanese or Chinese, but I thought they leaned more Chinese.
They might be, yeah.
I thought.
I know it's somewhere that side of the ocean.
I'm just thinking of like this. It's like the precursor to the drone show.
I was like,
Essentially, when they all start rising.
I was like trying to. How would you say balloon in a Japanese accent?
Fuck you. That is one L. Hey, see, the single L isn't bad. Two L's, that's racist.
Okay, by the way, it was China. And funny enough, I was just playing this game earlier, Zhuge Liang from the Three Kingdoms era of Japan. Like the whole Dynasty Warriors game I was just playing downstairs. Was the person who invented them.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
First
cool.
Dynasty Warriors.
Literally. The original. V1.
Original recipe.
The I-25 got sunk a year later, by the way.
Well, there you go. See?
Okay, nice.
That answers that.
Nice.
See, Captain,
Yeah.
Captain Tamagotchi strikes again.
Well, he didn't strike again, actually. Struck for the last time.
Somebody forgot to feed him.
Yeah,
Jeez.
everything you're stating was the last notable anything it did. And it was around for a whole nother year.
That's
Jeez.
fucking funny.
New achievement unlocked.
They just didn't want to.
Reef.
They just didn't want to go home. They were like, we're either gonna fucking kill us.
Like, what are we even doing?
They're gonna cut our fucking heads off when we come back. No fucking way. Okay, so out of these 9,000 blue bombs that they drifted over the western U.S. and Canada area, there are around 350 documented incidents where they landed and had hit some shit. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, they all landed.
I was like, what?
Yeah, so here's the really cool part.
The other
is a lot of these fucking balloons in the western coast, if you're fucking hiking and you're going in the mountains, you like to do that shit. If you happen to find a balloon, don't fucking touch it. Because they have not found a lot of these fucking balloons. So there's more than likely at least a few dozen of these somewhere in the forest of the western coast of America.
Isn't that where we have the biggest trees in the country?
So what is it? So
Nice.
900 divided by how many?
9,000 balloons.
Oh, 9,000.
350
I'm sorry.
documented landed in the western coast,
Like
Canada,
about
and
3%
US.
success rate.
9,000 divided by 350. 25 and 5/7. Somebody got a fraction of a bomb. That landed on the shore.
The other baseball field.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you hike in the northwest or any west coast area, and you're in the woods, and you happen to come across a balloon, or you happen to come across some wheel-looking thing that looks like it has a bunch of little, spigots on it, don't fucking touch it.
Basically, Japanese riding outside of a restaurant is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, out in nature.
Yeah. If you see that, because there is a lot undiscovered.
Yeah.
Some might have landed in the water. Some might have landed in the forest.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Super.
But the number isn't zero chances of that. So yeah, the caution is well advised.
Yeah.
Hey, we also kind of got them back. I guess it happened like a couple months ago. Randomly, a
little
Japanese
bit more
like
to the mic, John.
Oh.
There we go.
randomly like a Japanese airport fucking exploded.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I didn't hear
yeah.
about
Part of
that.
the it was part of the strip, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say exploded. It was like literally just out in the runway. It was just like boom,
Yep.
like an old U.S. bomb.
Oh, no. Wow.
was under the runway.
Yep. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm like, I forgot all about that. See, like you said, like the airport. Oh yeah, it was part of their I said the strip, but yeah, the runway.
Yeah,
There's some old veteran holding on to that moment until he passed on to the next line.
Vindication.
Now I can rest.
I missed. Wait for it. He still missed. Did anything.
So maybe you could do the math on this because we're going to get those numbers dwindle down even more. Out of those 350 bombs that landed, there were only 5, I guess technically 6 casualties on U.S. soil, which were the only U.S. casualties as a result of a foreign attack on U.S. soil from World War II.
From World War II. Yeah, I'm about to say we had definitely a thing
Yeah.
that happened.
From World War II.
One casualty per 1,500 balloons.
So that's 50. What do we say? 350 divided by 6? Is that what you said? 6 casualties?
Yeah.
$58 and a third. So whatever that converts to in a percentage. John, math.
I don't even know what you're trying to calculate at this point. You were staring at that phone way too long.
I accidentally hit the clear button.
Keep hitting C for calculate.
I get used to the one on my work computer.
Okay, I was like, what is he typing?
Right, like that. As always, I blame public school education.
Now, before I get into the incident that I want to talk about, these balloons that landed around January 10th, 1945, is when the local residents and military authorities were like, we can't ignore this. They had a pilot flying by who actually had photographs from his airplane of the balloons, like floating over the forest. People were starting to see it. It had landed by a Marine base, Klamath Falls. People were aware, at this point. Mm-hmm. So May 5th, 1945, in Bly, Oregon, a pastor named Archie Mitchell, which is a fucking outstanding. That's such a good name. Archie. A pastor, his pregnant wife, Elise, along with 5 children from the church.
Damn, they killed children's?
Well, no, 4 children from the church. I say 6 because she was pregnant.
I'm not
That's
gonna
why
lie,
6
Archie
people.
Mitchell sounds like the alter ego of a superhero that wasn't used.
In that day and age, you could be
That
right.
sounds very Bruce Banner-ish, very Peter Parker.
If he survived
very,
this, if I could see that.
yeah.
So they were going to go on a picnic. So they park in a forest
So the
area.
Punisher.
I'm just waiting for you to say, and they had a whole basket of kittens and they were getting ready to donate their organs
It does
to
get
the
pretty
orphanage.
adorable.
Well,
Yeah.
they did.
No, this is
By airmail.
okay.
This is the most 10,000% the military got a hold of this story and we're like, we really need to juice the fuck out of this. And they made
We're gonna propaganda the
Yeah,
shit
because
out of it.
a preacher, pregnant wife, children, picnic. What else?
A convertible.
They just said that this woman beat cancer and it was
Oh
just
my.
this
If you watch any YouTube videos, that's exactly how they paint it. It's like he drives up in the convertible with the kids, the wooden picnic basket.
I bet you was a Studebaker.
They're in a state park. So basically, they go into the state park, right? He starts setting up the picnic. Elise and the children shout out to Archie. They're like, hey, look what we found. And it is a balloon hanging in a tree. One of the children grabs said balloon, pulls it down. Balloon explodes. Fucking kills all of them.
Children.
Instantly. And this is like how,
As always, the problem.
you ever see
is
the
children.
you ever see the movie Pleasantville?
No.
Like when everybody's
Oh,
just
long time
like
ago.
super happy. That's how I imagine Archie was like, "What a beautiful day! Another gift from God." And then he gets out of the
sound disingenuous.
his pregnant wife is like he's like, "Oh, just any day now." Another gift from God. And then his wife is like,
Another
"Oh, look what we found." He was like, "Could it be a gift from God?"
Nope.
really this
And then
dude was just
they explode.
The Shogun.
Again, they thought their Shogun was a living god. Just saying. Yes, in a few days we'll have another soldier to fight in the good fight against the Germans.
And honestly, if I'm a fucking kid and I'm in the woods and I see a bomb, I'm touching that fucking thing. I'm sorry.
when you first said the kids discovered it, I just imagined them running up with a stick like a pinata.
I was waiting for Archie to be a one-man army. I'm not gonna lie.
So all of them are dead as fuck.
Put a cap on that.
So anyways, they fucking died.
Gonna put a cap in that then, all right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sad. Anyway,
So yeah,
as the meme goes.
these were the only American casualties. They have a really cool statue that's a memorial for them.
Is there a picket fence in front of it?
They actually have some of the trees in the surrounding area that sustained the damage. They preserved and kept them it's all like in that area.
Oh yeah, so like seeing the pieces of Archie.
Yeah.
It's like a tree.
Are they blood-stained trees? Like,
Who fucking made that call?
like, here, we scooped up some sand from the beach your grandpa died on. Here.
Well, also, and I love the wordage here. We preserved the trees. You mean you just didn't cut them down? These things live. Like, you just didn't kill them. What do you mean you preserve them?
Right.
There is no preserving a tree until you're, like, casting it into...
I know that kid was Archie Jr. Because there's no way that wasn't the name that was yelled. Archie Jr., no!
The other image I had is they found this bomb and the guy just goes up to it, is super depressed, and his wife's telling him to stay away from it.
There's 5 kids yelling in the background. He's just staring at the bomb. It's just like,
The real backstory is the real backstory is the wife has some other dude's kid.
oh, yeah. The kid's like whacking him on the
mailman's-
shin with a stick.
He's out of a job. The kids are spending all the parents' money. The dog died last week. And it was the dad himself just pinata the fuck. Yeah, that's another thing. Who's telling this story if they all died? I didn't think about that.
Hey, Karen, at least somebody blows me.
What sick witness reported this without stopping it?
Oh god, that's hilarious.
Just somebody sitting on the side of the hill. Hey, those kids fucking with the bomb. Hold on, I want to see how this plays out.
From a safe distance, they just heard, Carol, I got this. I'll handle him. Boom.
He just grabs the kids all with him. Just
I mean, it was the wife's fault for talking. She's not allowed to do that.
She brought the meatloaf one too many times.
She overcooked the roast.
One too many times. It's like, you know what? This is it. My one chance.
He's staring at the bomb. She's like, Archie, you forgot the bread again.
Oh god, I can see it.
He just reaches out, just like waiting for a sign from God.
That's what it was.
Something.
It's like, huh?
He's like, God,
Thanks. Neat.
anything. Just give me a sign.
I just want to feel something.
And then nothing.
Just give me a reason to live.
You know, a little amount of something
The
and then
kid
nothing.
throws a fucking rock and it hits him in the back of the head.
You killed John's dead.
All I'm thinking of is fucking, and we brought it up earlier. Strange Wilderness when they fucking killed Bigfoot. He left a note. He was really depressed.
They probably did find a note in his car. They just hit it. Like you said, they were like, we gotta fix this.
Yeah, we gotta fix this. Yeah, we gotta. Can't go out like this.
They had a
What is
lovely.
wrong with us?
I was gonna say that earlier, and it kept getting worse and
got
then
better.
worse. Like we've been so desensitized.
I was worried about the Asian accents.
Yeah, no. It's
Oh,
the
apparently,
last 20 minutes of jokes about a very dead family.
a dead family of 5 is
Jesus Christ.
Just what it takes, really.
Anyway, they got a cool museum over there where they got a.
Okay.
John needs to take a lap.
I can't curve that one. I can't.
There's no way you can.
It's,
Look at him.
hell yeah.
What the fuck is in this museum?
What the fuck do you mean they got a museum? He stepped on a basic landmine and died.
Well, it was a flying one at least.
My stomach hurts so bad.
No, they have a museum where they have
This
like
is where
a
they did the
display.
picnic, and then this is where they.
They have a display hanging of the bomb, the balloon bomb, intact.
Wow. That's a good turn.
All right.
That's a good
Okay.
turn.
Deep breath.
We're back.
Are we?
Welcome back.
I don't think John is.
Don't look at him. Don't acknowledge him. And pretend he's not here. If
We're almost done with this episode.
If you have to talk
Like,
to John, talk to the table.
this episode is almost done.
I do have what happened to Fujita
Excuse me. Okay.
afterward.
All right.
From Dragon Ball.
That was Vegeta. He had a kid.
Oh my lord! So,
on a picnic?
in 1962, Fujita. This is the guy in the plane.
Yes.
Fujita was invited to Brookings, the site of the bombing attempt. Anybody
Okay.
see this?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
This was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really was, and a sign of a different time. So yeah, 1962, he was invited there, and he presented his family's 400-year-old samurai sword to Brookings as an apology for the bombing.
Fujito, very sorry.
And then he became an honorary citizen of Brookings in 1997. And let's see here. He hosted Brookings students in Japan in 1985, and he would return there several times, planting a tree at the bomb site in 1992. Died in 1997, and Fujita's sword is still displayed in the Brookings Library
All right.
in town there.
Fujito, sorry for ruining your picnic.
Where is my long lost pen pal Archie?
Jeez.
That's all really cool, and that's very touching.
But
I just want him to present the sword, and then following the ceremony, finds out like the guy who dropped the atomic bomb on Japan was also from that town, or some
Like,
shit
oh.
like that.
What if he like
What do you
seppuku? What if he displayed the sword and seppuku himself like in front of everyone? They were like, "Oh no!"
Oh, wow. No.
he just starts opening his shirt. And those like two or three,
He came out here, he goes, "Oh,
those 2 or 3 people that know. Oh shit!
he comes out and goes, oh, I missed. I didn't kill anybody. I'm such a disgrace."
I came here to apologize for all the death and destruction I caused.
Yeah,
Oh
turns
my
out a balloon did a better job than you.
Oh my god! What was so funny about that family dying?
Don't know. But it's real bad.
The
turn.
angst of
What-
him
what
fucking
wasn't?
Oh my
with
God.
the 5 children and a pregnant wife he probably didn't fucking want.
Freaking mailman got to her.
what was
And that
funny
day and
about
age
it
was a
is
milkman.
I'm sorry. I bet it's the milkman. You're right.
we peeled back the propaganda to the real story.
Oh my god!
Obviously.
He's just beating the hell out of her.
Okay, that's just not funny.
What if he did take his family there? Because those 5 kids weren't his kids; they were kids from the church.
Ah,
Yeah, those were just tag-alongs.
They stole kids.
it is the church.
It's the church, you know. Maybe he wanted to kill them all, and then he found the bomb, and he was
Maybe he was doing
Fuck yeah.
the preacher special, and the kids hit the bomb as a
Archie-
way out.
Archie,
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and end this episode now. Then, anyways, did you have anything else, Deej?
That was it,
Is that
yeah.
it? Okay. I actually had something else to talk about, but I'm gonna save that for another episode because we're at an hour 13, and there's no reason to keep going.
That's good. Yeah, no, this was just a cool because once I heard about that story, and then I didn't know anything about all the bombings over the West Coast and all that
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, I
it's
didn't
good
know.
stuff.
I didn't know I'd find 2 more. Well, shellings, but you know, still.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna wrap this episode up then. If you made it this far in the episode and you weren't offended by anything,
God bless you.
Honestly, get checked out.
Did you know us personally?
yeah, either you know us personally or you also need therapy. So we appreciate you making it this far in the episode. Thanks for giving us a listen. Please give us a like and share. Follow us on all social medias. We have, I think, pretty much all of them. Follow us on your favorite listening service, which our new people are doing. This is pretty tight. So I appreciate y'all there. Thank you all for giving us a listen, and we'll catch you next time. Y'all
Thanks,
be cool.
guys.